All right. So before we get to the people, our three guests on live, Yessica, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you today?
Good morning, shit. I do gotta wake up at 8 in the morning, but yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Let me adjust myself real
Oh
quick.
my god.
Let's get settled in.
I'm short. Should I be higher? No, I'm good. I'm chilling.
How's it going? How's everything going?
It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah, school. Just started school. So that's going great. But I gotta commute, bruh. That shit's an hour.
Where are you going?
CSUN.
CSUN. How is that? Why CSUN?
It was either CSUN or VC. Not that there's nothing wrong with VC. I'm just saying I wanted to get out of Ventura.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that a good choice?
Honestly, yeah. I think every college has like their Our school definitely has their
The
Definitely.
what do you mean by their
Well, what's happening right now is pretty fucked up. It's like, I'm gonna get all nerdy and shit on y'all, but this is the activist in me. I'm with Revolutionary Scholars. They are an organization that are super big on advocating for former incarcerated folks to get out and to go into the higher education system. So that's really dope. But then we're also fighting this thing on campus where they want to take away a lot of like ethnic study classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is pretty fucked up because that means professors are going to lose their jobs. Incoming freshmen are not going to know that they can learn about Africana studies, queer studies, Native American studies, like all of these things that like in high school we don't have, which we fucking should. We should have all these fucking classes in high school. But yeah, they want to do that, and they want to enforce taking away that section, and then they want to put people to take, how you gotta take your bio 100
like general study.
Yeah, well now they want to give you another level of science and math. So not only do you have to take one bio, you have to take another one,
like an advanced bio.
Yes.
And what's their reasoning? We'll get to the live in a little bit. We'll wait for a couple more people to come in, but what's the reasoning behind?
Money, of course. They want more people, more incoming freshmen need more money, and then they want the graduation rate to skyrocket. So they want to get people out of the university as much to get more people in, so they get more money in. So
I mean, the graduation, that's the 2025 initiative. I don't know if you heard of it.
So, yeah,
because I know at CI they're pushing it, but not, they're not getting rid of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
same thing here. They're not getting rid of it, but it's just like, how you take your general classes, you're in quote unquote like forced to take these classes, so it pushes freshmen to choose one of these classes. It's a section, it's called section F, and that's the section they want to take off to add more science, more STEM field, I guess. But I just think it's hella whack, to be honest, because then that means like people can't really focus on Chicano studies, or you know what I mean. It's just a whole ass like.
And what are you majoring in? Because I mean, you're an artist.
Yeah.
But what's your school major?
I'm an art major.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I went in as a computer science major.
Okay, yeah,
my freshman year.
Some style of art.
Oh yeah. High school. All of this, like, everything was like throwing at me like STEM. You gotta do math. You gotta do science. All this shit. So like, I didn't like it, but I felt like, oh, my little head was like, oh, you gotta try it. You're gonna make a lot of money in it. That's what everybody was telling me. Well, I quickly found that shit out. Like within the 3 months I started CSUN, I was like, I don't like this shit.
Yeah.
So then I switched to graphic design, and then I did graphic design for about 2 years. And graphic design is under art major.
Yeah.
So my major was in art. I was an art major, and then my minor, I kept switching that shit.
Just why a minor? You don't need a minor.
Exactly. Now I don't have a minor. I went through so much shit. I went through like dance, and then I went to communications, and I went to marketing. No.
So you just dropped it?
I dropped it. I was gonna be here way longer. But I graduate next school year. So 2020.
2020. That's exciting.
Fuck.
That's a goal. That's an end goal.
That's fucking wild. Trust me, I've been wanting to. There's times I wanted to quit because that shit.
Oh.
It's just stressful as fuck.
You're way too in it now. You can't quit now.
I know.
Let's talk to these people for a little bit.
Oh shit.
I don't know who's on. Let's see. Oh, we just lost 2 people.
That's
but to our
fair.
wonderful 2 guests, anything you would like to ask Yessica? She's here and ready to answer. For the people that are listening to this only on the podcast version, remember that we are also filming this, and you could find this on YouTube at 101 North. So you could see who's here, who's behind the voice, what we're doing.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So we'll see. We'll keep going. If someone decides to ask something, let's see. We got one.
Oh.
What's your inspiration for your art?
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. That was my next question.
Gracias. Colors.
Colors.
Yeah. Yeah. Mainly colors. I realized I'm really into like 2D, very like flat designs, but I want to push myself to do more stuff. Yeah. But
because you have, I mean, I know your artwork.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very, like, your palette of colors is very similar. It's very vibrant. You have a lot of pinks, purples, blues. What kind of attracts you to those colors? 'Cause I think when people think colors, they think a rainbow.
Yeah.
But you have which is a very unique style. Like, you could tell when you see some of your work.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows your work and they see it, they can know, okay, that's made by.
Yeah.
So, what about those colors make you?
Shit. Honestly, I think because, like, so you know our primary colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's literally like the basics to everything. But for some reason, I'm very attracted to like neon colors, like that palette of like contrast too. So like purple going with like a bright green, you know, or like the bright hot pink going with like a bright blue. Like, I don't know why, but it's a sense of like, I'm not basic. I'm not primary colors. Like, you know what I mean? I'm very mixed into a bunch of shit. Like, I don't just illustrate, I dance. I don't just dance, I do jewelry. Then I do some marketing for some people. Like, I don't know, I be doing a bunch of shit. Like, I'm spray painting, like, you know what I mean? Like, and there's so much I want to do, and I feel like all those colors are such, like you said, in your face and very vibrant, where it's like, you're not gonna get rid of me. Like, I'm in your fucking face. Like,
that definitely is your style.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm here, you got
I'll
no
make
choice.
it known.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I'm all up in your DMs con preguntas. I know.
Okay, so I think this is what we're gonna do. For you guys here on the live, you might hate us, but I think we're gonna end it so she could actually go ahead and look at the questions, and we'll go ahead and answer them here on the podcast.
Okay.
And then this podcast should come out in a couple days, so you're gonna have to be a little bit patient, but you will get your answers.
Yes.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll see you in a bit.
I told you about my pronouns, right?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I totally.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's a really good point, because you were in my show,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't know if you remember, but I remember you telling me about your pronouns and everything. I was like, okay, like, we're good. And at the end, when we were going to raffle off like the stuff, I was calling you guys, and then in the middle of everyone looking at me, I was like, and I was gonna say her, but I was like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah.
And then I blanked on, I mean, I had just met you then.
Yeah.
And I blanked on your name, and I was just like, and then someone in the back's like, why don't you call them by their name? I was like, oh my goodness. So teach me how do I get better at it?
What I tell people, it's like, assume nobody's gender. You know what I mean? Because honestly, gender is a very construct thing the society has built. So back then, there was no such thing as like the label, you are a girl and you are a guy. You know, it was just something that was made to see like the difference between like somebody having a vagina and someone having a penis, you know. But that doesn't mean that, at least in my case, I'm non-binary. Okay. I'm non-conforming. So what does that mean? That means that, again, in this society, we have a girl and a boy. So I'm in the middle saying like I don't conform to neither of them, or sometimes there are days where I do and I grab both of them. That doesn't mean I want to, for me, this is just me personally, my case is like I don't want to transition into becoming a male. That's not where I'm trying to go. I just want to show the freedom that I have of dressing however I want to dress. So there's days where I look, you know, very femme. You know, I got a bunch of earrings on, I got my heels on, everything, right? I look super femme. There's days where, kind of like today, I look a little bit more like tomboyishy. There's days where like I look like a little boy, and I get a lot of stares going into the bathroom, right? And that's the other thing that people don't understand. Like, everybody has the freedom to go into whatever bathroom. You don't even think about it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man, boom, I'm going to this one. But with non-binary people, with trans people, it is definitely so much harder because they're standing there deciding which one, like, how do I look so I don't get assaulted in neither of the bathrooms, you know? We are seeing a little bit more gender neutral bathrooms, which is great. But that's a whole debate in itself too. People are like, no, we shouldn't have those bathrooms. Like, what if a woman gets assaulted by a guy? You know what I mean? But you really think about it, like, you go to places and there's only one bathroom. That's already a gender neutral bathroom because everybody's using it.
In your home.
Exactly. You know, so it's like people just make a big deal out of it, but I understand because they're like, you know, women, there's a high percentage of women getting raped, you know, assaulted. Trans people always get assaulted, killed, you know what I mean? We're seeing this daily. But yeah, that's, for me, that is how I identify. So that's why my pronouns are they, because again, I'm not a she, because I don't fully identify with, you know, being a woman. I like to say I'm a queer indigenous artist. That's what I like to say. Indigenous because I'm Mexica, I'm Azteca, and I love that about myself. Like, you know, I want to embrace that. But yeah.
Because I mean, I'll go ahead and apologize. I didn't even catch it when you were coming. I was like, okay, like I reread your bio, and I was like, okay, like get this right, because you know it's in the Latino community. And you know it's something that's becoming so much more normalized in society. And personally, I don't come across a lot of people that are non-binary. So I don't get to practice. I don't know. I don't know how that sounds. You know.
No, I definitely get you. I completely understand. Like, for me, okay, well, growing up, I came out as bi in high school. I came out to my mom when I was a freshman in high school. I was like, Mom, I like girls, you know, boom. But I would still date guys. And then I started kind of dating more women at a certain point. And then I ended up being with somebody who was also non-binary. And then, but prior to meeting them, I already was like, my pronouns are she and they. So people could call me they if they wanted to, you know, or she, whichever one. But then I cut my hair. I started really like exploring like who I was, how I wanted to dress, how I wanted the world to see me, because I was hiding like myself for a really, really long time. I was in a really bad relationship, and that it didn't let me like flourish like the way I wanted to until obviously I got out of it. So from there on, when I already knew a lot about like sexuality and gender and just the whole LGBTQIA plus community. Yeah, this shit's long.
What are the last three, just so people that
QIA? Oh, the IA plus. I is for intersex. A is for asexual, and then plus is like for the rest of the people who are also in the umbrella, which is like me. I'm the plus sign. I'm pansexual. Yeah. So pansexual. So the difference between your identity and your sexuality is different. So the way you identify can be completely different than who you're attracted to.
Yeah, because you could have a. Damn. Okay. I don't want.
No. I get you.
You could have a. Let's see. A like straight male. No, but then he wouldn't. Because pansexual is just attracted to people, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm
sexuality.
Yeah. So like I said, I've dated people who are non-binary. I've dated women. I've dated stud women. I've dated straight men. I've dated gay men. I've dated, bi men, and I've dated transgender people as well. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like I'm not, whatever is going on in your pants like doesn't define like if I'm attracted to you. It's just like you, the person itself, like your soul. Yeah. So it's
see which I've always found that very, cause I mean I'm just a basic straight Hispanic male, you know.
Yeah, yours is
but
cisgendered male.
Okay, so I've always found like all that very interesting, especially like the pansexuality or because it just kind of makes the most sense.
Yeah,
I guess I feel like it makes things so much easier. Like I can understand it.
Yeah,
I mean it's not me, so I can't, I guess, 100% understand it because I'm not living it.
Like,
but the idea behind it is just like,
the logic.
Well, yeah, duh. Like that just makes sense. You see someone, and you're like, oh wow, you're cool, I like you, and that's it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like society is so based off like you go to the supermarket, not the supermarket, like go shopping. Like there's a whole section just for men, a whole section just for women. Like nothing's included. Like everything has to be divided. The same thing with like the color blue was made for men, supposedly, right? And pink is for women. All of these things were like, they all came from somewhere, and it was straight white men who wanted to classify people. It's the same thing. You can apply it to race as well. You know, some people don't even believe in race. So that's another thing too.
It's funny, going back to the colors, like pink, purple, yellow, those are all like colors that used to be like royalty for the kings, you know? And then some time in history they got switched to no like this. I have this jacket, I just have to say, I have this pink jacket, right, that I really like. And every time I take it to school, like I always get compliments.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah.
Fuck
So I'm always like, why don't guys like explore, like what are they so afraid of? Like really, what are you so afraid of?
It's that like it's funny because like I make jewelry, right? And I did I don't know if you ever, I think you heard about it. It was the Send Nude show. It was at the lab, the 805, Lab 805 in Satakoy.
No, I don't think I'm familiar.
Okay, well, it was a dope ass show.
Okay.
There was a lot of beautiful shit, like vagina, dick, like beautiful artists were there. But I was vending, and then I make jewelry, so I told my brother, I was like, wear one of the earrings, and it was like a hanging one. And I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have asked him that, because again, like I don't know how comfortable he is with that. But he's like, oh no, yeah, I'm down. And he wore it, and he fucking rocked the shit out of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it was funny. It was so funny because my brother also has his like nose pierced, and like I feel like some people would see that too as like he's not straight, but it's just like Tupac. Motherfucking Tupac. I had his nose piercing, you know what I mean? So it's like piercings, tattoos, like people want to judge you all the fucking time. All the time.
So for all the people all of the 10,000 people that were in our live, we're gonna do a quick Q&A. Whoa, I'm gonna be so bad at saying these names. Sweet Divina says, hi, how are you doing? So let's see.
That's Paola. I love you, Paola.
So let's see, Lil Boo Peep. She gave you quite a few. Let's see.
So cheap.
Okay, hold on. So how do I do this? Because I just said she, right? See, now I'm thinking about it. But I don't know.
Yeah, you assume because she looks femme in the picture.
So what am I supposed to do?
You could just say they. Say they.
But what if
that's not how they identify? Then you would ask the person.
But like right now, like when I want to tell you something about this person. So just say this person?
Yeah, you could just be like, oh, this person said, or this individual said, I got a message. It said blank. Yeah. Got it. It's definitely like a training thing for your brain.
It's something you have to actively be thinking about. At the beginning, at least, I think. Okay. Oh, wow. She's throwing shit at me.
Oh, my God. There's shade throwing.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Your interviewer should have been ready for you.
Oh.
Well, you know what? We were trying to be like fresh and lively.
Things take time, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't want to have questions ready. That's why I didn't have them ready. How has your art changed over the last year?
Ooh.
So I think, we're gonna go straight into that. Let's do this before you even answer. For the people that are listening and watching, and
Mm-hmm.
all the people that may not know, how can you describe your art? Because you have a very unique style. You have a
Yeah.
very free style. So before you say how it changed, let people know what your art actually is.
Like
What your style is. Are
um
you a portrait? Are you landscape? Are you abstract? Do you have a style?
I think no. I think that's what I'm trying to find. I think it's funny that she's asking like how my art has changed in
You
1 year.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yes. I know her and her
Yeah.
pronouns are she.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm trying to make myself feel better. Okay.
But yes. She the question she asked was really good because I was talking to my friend today and I was like, it's legit in March it's gonna be 1 year since I've like fully like released anything on social media.
Wow.
So when like I fully kind of it came out as an artist, I was like, you know, I'm gonna put that label on me, even though I still I feel like I'm still a beginner when I first came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's changed a lot. I can do portraits, but I think my skill more is like illustration wise, which is what I use. I use Procreate on the iPad.
Oh, okay.
That's how I use, and that's how I do all my illustrations. I think I'm very I think I can be abstract, but it's just hard. It's hard to be an abstract artist because you have to like channel that part of your brain, like that 5-year-old in your brain that's just gonna let it loose and just like create whatever it is that you want to create, but not making it become and look like something, you know, because we're so trained to be like, this has to look like an eye, this has to look like a hand, that needs to look like a body, you know, and people don't understand. Like, trust me, I judged abstract art. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, you know, what is this little blap? I'm like,
exactly.
you know, like I didn't understand until like, again, me being an art major, I have to take art history classes, and I learned all about it. Excuse me, I'm still learning a lot, but I'm glad I did, because now I do understand, like, it's not really the view of the painting, it's like the action, like what was going on at that time, what made the artist do like the splatter, like what kind of action is that, what kind of motive did he have, what does this line mean, or it's wild, like things that I guess ordinary people who are not artists, you wouldn't see it, you know, and as an artist you see it, you visually see it, and then you feel it at the same time, because you're just like, fuck.
Yeah Because I mean, I don't necessarily do that kind of art, but I know when I see it, a lot of times I am, well, sometimes I'm like, okay, what is this? But sometimes I'm like, damn, like I couldn't have thought about putting this splash of paint next to these dots, or stuff like that. So I feel that what I really like about you, what I like about your art, is that you could tell that it's real. You could tell that your personality and your art go hand in hand, you know. At the beginning, well, my show was before
my show.
So what you put out
was like a glimpse of what was going to be at my show.
So when I saw that, I was like, wow, like this is really cool. It's totally different than what everyone is here. But then when I went to your show, and like I was like in your bubble, I was like, whoa, like this is totally like you could tell.
The shit was wild, dude. Putting that shit together was no joke. No fucking joke. Oh my god. It took me 3 to 4 months to put everything together, which is kind of short, but for me it gave me a lot of time. It was a struggle. Like, first I struggled so hard finding a theme. What is my theme? Okay, because I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna make art, but it's like I want it to be consistent, you know. And then so I didn't know what I wanted to paint. I didn't know the theme. And then I had a place, and it was back in Northridge. I was like, okay, I got a place, and I told them the date. Cool, awesome. Then once I started kind of picking into my the stuff I was painting, I actually never used for my actual show, because I went on a different direction.
So you have unreleased stuff somewhere?
Yes, but I don't want them. I'm literally gonna paint over them. But, I like to recycle my canvases. Anyway. Okay. So I went with a different direction, which is the best decision ever. In the back of my house, I made like my own little like spray painting casita, because I was like painting all this stuff. that you saw, like the bike.
Yeah.
You know, all the tables, all the TVs, like a bunch of shit. And more of my like installations were created in the backyard. And then once I got an iPad, I got Procreate, and then I started doing more stuff, and I realized a lot of the stuff I was doodling or painting, I just transferred it to Procreate. And in the beginning, I felt like I was cheating. You know what I mean?
Using the software?
Yes.
Okay.
Like using the software, I was like, fuck, I'm cheating. Like, I'm not really like painting and everything. But then I realized like it grew from a painting.
Yeah.
It started as a painting, and then I'm able to just recreate it again into a design. But obviously, like, you go to a gallery, you're so used to seeing something on a canvas, you know, and mine were huge prints. You saw.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? It's funny they say that the cheating part, because it's like me being a photographer. Sometimes I'm like, damn, like the people that I shoot and film.
Yeah.
And then I just like digital, like, oh, it didn't work. And I'll, test 20 times.
Yeah.
It's not that we're cheating.
Yeah.
It's just that as technology advances, art advances,
Yeah.
and even you can't do what you do on the iPad without having done your live painting first.
Exactly. That's how a lot of the sketches, like the cactus one and the corn one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started. It was like just on my sketchbook, and then I took a picture on Procreate, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just illustrate it, you know.
Yeah.
And I think again, older artists, you know, might be like, oh my god, y'all got it so easy, y'all got this little program, which I get it, it's easier for us, but it's like, you're right, technology is advancing so much that it's like there's days where it scares me, because I'm like, holy fuck, like I need to go back to basics. So as an art major, I'm painting again, so I'm getting that experience of like I got paint all over me right now because I came from painting, you know. So I love that aspect, that I get to really just be on a canvas. And then I do like the screen part, because again, I do see that social media is changing, just technology in general is changing. But then I'm also learning how to tattoo, so then I'm also having that like one-on-one connection with people.
And that's like a full circle, because it brings you back to I want to talk about, because you said Instagram, I want to talk about kind of, which I think is super smart. I'm jealous that I didn't put something out like this. Your sale that you're doing right now, your Valentine's. So I saw it, and I was like, damn, I should have done a photography special like that. Make calendars or something. Yeah.
Oh my god, you should have.
I should.
It's okay. You still got next year. It's okay.
I know. It's okay. I have a week. Maybe I'll get something.
Oh yeah, you could do that shit too. I know. I really gotta give a shout out though, because who inspired me for that was my friend Gabby, because she painted little small portraits of like people's booties, you know. But like, I don't know, I didn't know her at the time. I think she did share it and promote it, but I went over to her house, and we were getting ready for the slut walk, and I looked up, and she's also like an artist, and then I was like, is that your butt? And she's like, yeah, like I painted it. And like from there on, like she sparked the idea like in my head. I wanted to do it for Christmas, but I was like, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna wait.
Good choice. I think that's a good choice.
But all of those pictures are like real people. Like people sent me like their nudes, which again, I was really scared to put on that Valentine's special, because I was like, I don't know if people are gonna be comfortable with this, you know. Like, again, I'm really in your face, but I'm also very empathetic. Like, I understand, like, I need to chill sometimes with my art, but that's actually the beauty of it. But then
why?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's the beauty in that like, it's just, I get it. Certain people, I'm too understanding. Like, certain people are like, oh, I don't really want to see that. And other people are like, what the fuck? This is dope. You know? And
but I mean,
like,
if they follow you, it's kind of, they're there.
Like, you're going to have to see it.
I mean, tell the people that are listening that may not know exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, so I have a Valentine's Day special where, oh my goodness.
Go ahead and plug your Instagram real quick, though.
Oh, yeah. At me. Follow me on the Instagram. It is arte, so not art, pero arte by y.santana. I'm like looking at you like, I think I got it right. I changed that shit so many times.
You have some underscores, don't you?
No, I think that was it. No? It's just a dot.
Oh, okay.
It's like y.santana.
Got it.
But yeah, I got Valentine's Day special, so people are sending me their nudes, you know. People are sending me full on nudes, you know, and I can't post them because, you know.
What are you doing with the nudes, though?
Oh, I'm illustrating them.
Oh, okay.
So I'm, oh my goodness, sorry.
That's all right.
I'm making them very poppy, you know, like using the same color palette that I love. Giving it this like 2D like alien vibe to it. I don't know, I realized that shouldn't, it was pretty dope, honestly. I'm really happy about this. But yeah, people send me their nudes, $30, boom, I send it to them as a JPEG or PDF. So JPEG for social media, and then PDF if like they want to send it in as like a frame, and give it to their boo thing, which a lot of people are doing. And then I got the couples one, Valentine's Day special as well. That one was really good too. I'm getting a lot of people for that. Yeah, it's that. And then my rolling trays.
Your rolling trays. What's up with that?
You saw my rolling trays, right? With my aunt. It's my collaboration with my aunt.
Okay, so I was gonna get into that. So those are all rolling trays?
Yes. Well, okay, so yeah. What? Oh no.
One day I'll be good at this. You could explain to them what the rolling trays are.
Yeah.
Why we're laughing.
The rolling trays, it was inspired by my aunt, and it just became about with her. We both like to thrift. We love thrifting. And she had a bunch of plates that she got from a thrift store. And I don't know how she came up with the idea, but she's like, hey, yeah, I want a Mod Podge, you know, and like put like maybe like a little dick and vagina on here, you know, and stuff. And I looked at her, and like, me being the free spirit that I am, and I was like, that's fucking dope. I'm like, let's go. And we did. Like that same night we went to like the adult stores, and we got like a bunch of them, and like we went all out that first night, and we had so much fun. We were just like smoking weed, doing these rolling trays.
Is she an artist too, or?
Yeah, she does makeup and hair.
Okay.
But she took a break for a little while, and then I came back, you know, to Ventura, and then I was like really doing my art stuff, and she found her little niche. She realized like I thrift a lot, like why not like resell, you know, resell type stuff, which I love doing. But yeah, we ended up doing rolling trays, and then now we're doing like even like shot glasses and like little joint containers and like the jars where you put your weed in.
How do people react to that? Because when I saw it, okay, well, so I was walking through the show, right? I was walking through her show. You have these pretty colors and everything. Then you get to the back corner, and there's a rack of like thrifted, you know, different apparel.
Yeah.
And right next to it, just imagine this. Right next to it, there's a bunch of plates with a bunch of vaginas and penises and all this stuff just looking at you.
Yeah.
What do people say?
Honestly, men don't react to it as great. And the ones that do are just, you know, just laugh, are very like sarcastic about it. A lot of them want to like post it, you know, on their Instagram and stuff. So it's very eye catching.
Yeah.
But I've seen so many cisgender males, their faces just go blank. Like they don't want to look at it too hard, especially I'm talking more about like a dick. The vagina part is just like they're very like, oh yeah, cool. Like again, vagina's very like, it's fine, but once you see a dick, it's just like, oh my god, you know. And me, again, being as gay as I am, like, you know, I have variety of stuff. Like I don't just have like your straight heterosexual fucking sex, you know. I have all of these different stuff, so that could be a lot for people, especially if they like are very like private. They don't want to see that, like, you know. It's just like, why we have sex, y'all. Like we know what's up.
Do you think it has to do with, I mean, with you're coming across people from all different races and cultures and everything, but you're in a really unique space to where you're a Latina. See?
Latinx.
Okay. And you're doing all this kind of stuff that that's not really, you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like,
exactly.
In your personal life, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but how is that received? Like, what do you tell your aunt, I guess, did that with you?
Yeah, my brother did some with us too, and like her husband did some with us. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think what you're trying to kind of get to is like, I think our culture, like how does our culture like react?
How does the Hispanic culture react to you?
Yeah. I thought in the beginning they thought I was gonna be fucking crazy, like dead ass. I was like, fuck, like I'm too much for them.
Yeah.
But then I started realizing like I'm not. My mom sees all the stuff that I do. My mom follows me on Instagram. Like she sees all of it, you know. I have a 9-year-old sister, and she's there. She sees it. Again, we have conversations about it enough to like I educate her, because I've been trained in a lot of these things as well. Like not just the adult side of it, but just like sexual assault and like depression and like suicide, all that stuff. I got trained to how to deal with that. So again, I don't just like jump into it. I'm like, okay, I hope she gets it. It's like, no, I explain to her like, hey, you can be whoever you want to be. Like if you want to be an artist, cool, be a dope artist, you know. Do you want to do sports? All right, do it. But it's like it's funny because she's coming into my world, my art world, and she's just like, she helped me like sell a bunch of shit on Saturday at the show I did in LA. I kid you not, like I had her just standing right next to like all my earrings, and she's like, yeah, these are $1, these are $3, these are $5.
Well, what kind of earrings are they?
I make a lot of brat shoes, like, you know, like brat shoes, like earrings. I fucking love, because I grew up with brats. You know my show. I had a lot of brats in my show. Cut their hair, obviously, because I got short hair. Put them in little piercings and stuff. So I made them. The brat was obviously me. Yeah. And I just kind of tag along. You know, a lot of 90s stuff is like 90s, 2000s coming back, the vibe. So I'm just like kind of hopping on that, going on that train. And yeah. Because like, oh, I didn't bring it, but I got my Tweety bag. Like a little kid Tweety bag. Like I'd be carrying it with me, you know. And people are just like how you wear your pink jacket. Yeah, they're like, oh my god, I love your backpack. In high school, people would have been like, what the fuck, like, why are you wearing that? In college, it's dude.
Honestly, college is kind of tight that way.
Yeah, I fuck with people in college because it's just like they're just so like, wow, like you're so down for your shit, and I'm like, you have to be like, not just as an artist, but as a human being, like. You gotta walk that talk. Like you talk so highly, highly of yourself. Yeah. You know, like.
I think as we get older, we realize. I remember something as simple as when I was in high school, I wouldn't speak Spanish to anyone.
You wouldn't?
No, because I was like, oh, they're gonna know I can speak Spanish. Like, bro. I don't know. For some reason, at my school, with the friends that I hung out with, and just everyone in general, like we just didn't. It was just kind of weird. I was. It sucks to say, but I was embarrassed.
No, yeah. No, I get you.
The funniest thing is that now with those same people, if I see them on the street or on social media or whatever, I'll speak to them in Spanish. And it's kind of comforting to be able to talk to them in Spanish. And you're like, oh, like we're
there's
one.
Like that ultimate connection of like, bro, you know what's up. No, I feel you. Growing up, I was like, my mom put me in a bunch of shit. She made me do ballet. She made me do hip hop, cheerleading, but I also wanted to do it. There was a point where she put me in Folklorico and doing Danza Azteca. And I'm like, I guess so sad telling the story, but like I was so embarrassed, you know, like dancing because we would dance like in front of people like here in Ventura, you know, and it was like I loved doing it, but then once it kind of came to like the outside world, like I would get so
we were exposed.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, no. And I was barely just learning about it. And then I moved to Santa Paula, and then I wasn't able to go to the practices, and then I moved to CSUN, so I definitely couldn't go. And then I think now with so many movements coming into play with stupid ass, orange looking ass motherfucker, yeah, with him, it's like bringing in like a lot of like triggers for me where I'm like I have to like root for my people, not just mine, but just people in general, you know, because shit has to change, dude.
Yeah, I think we're at a pinnacle. We're at a pinnacle where either, you know, the next 2 years are gonna be, you know, we're gonna kind of go on a, I don't want to say it, things are gonna start getting a little bit better. Yeah, he's on the way out, or depends on what side you're on.
Yeah,
but you know, things have to change and things will change. And
I just hope I'm alive for that change. You know what I mean? That's
a scary part. You know, you really don't know. I've been watching a bunch of like conspiracy like stuff on Instagram, and then I've also been watching a bunch of like self-defense stuff.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, damn, because see, I've always been kind of like anti like guns, you know, like you shouldn't have them. Yeah. But then I watch these things and I'm like,
it makes you understand.
Like if that guy like was strapped, he would have been fine, or she would have been fine. Yeah. And I'm like, damn. So now I'm in the middle, like, okay, do I want to be like doing, then everyone has to have a gun to be safe?
Yeah.
Or do you get rid of everything?
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, what do you
It's
do?
hard. Yeah. It's hard trying to, trust me, I know. Oh my God, I know. Because again, like, I'm a huge, like, advocate for so many things in life. And it's like, I come to, like, this middle ground of, like, well, I get into, like, this weird state in my mind, like, well, I understand. Like, I kind of agree with what they said. But then I'm like, but then does that mean this? And does that mean that? And it's hard. It's so hard. That's what I'm saying. Like, not just being an artist, but just me, myself, like, I get so overwhelmed with so many things. That's why I smoke weed. Because I be thinking so much, like, what can I do? Whatever I'm doing now, I hope it's good for the universe. I hope it's going to be good out there in the world, because I don't want to add evilness to the world. And as long as I keep being positive and giving love and joy to other people in this world, like, I'll be fine. But in general, it's like I see so much shit, like, even just at CSUN or just here in Ventura, you see so many homeless people. You know what I mean? It's just like, I get so grateful at times, but there's just moments where I'm all like, this is not enough. We're not doing enough. You know, shit has to, like, definitely has to change. But you're right. Like, the next 2 years are going to be scary as shit, because it could really move to, like, the better, or
because it could be like, we make progress and things get a little bit better, or he's like, you know what, I'm about to leave, so let me sign all these things, or let me make all this impact.
See, and that wouldn't be surprising to me, and that's the scary part, you know, because then what happens, and who the fuck's gonna clean up the mess, or you know, or are they gonna just leave it like that? And it's just like, oh no, bruh.
Would you say, I mean, I feel like that's a dumb question, but would you say that? No, I'm not even gonna ask you, because I've seen the work. I was gonna say if politics influences your art, but no, you do have the Twitter
I have
piece,
a troll. I have Trump, like a troll doll, and like a little comment saying like fart noise, because he talks a lot of shit. I'm fucking and all the tweets in the back. I don't fucking like him. I don't like him. But and even like on my brats, like of me, like on their hair, on the Barbie's hair, that's like me pretty much like saying like fuck you to like white supremacy, pretty much. You know. So that's why like the Barbie head is like in the tray, or that's why like the brat has the Barbie's head. You know, because she's saying like this shit gotta die. Like, white supremacy gotta go. Because it really does. And on the hair, on the tray one, it's more about like me and how I identify. Like it says fuck gender norms, fuck transphobia, like, you know. And then with the brat holding the Barbie's head, it says like fuck machismo, like fuck MAGA, like you know what I mean. It says like fuck Trump, like that's definitely more political. Both of them are very political, but one is more like fuck you Trump. The other one's more like fuck society for putting all these standards like and social norms into the world. Because
your stuff is really related to you. So what do you think about like kids, like really young kids in kinder, being taught about like all these different like sexualities and all this kind of stuff? Although I believe that like if you're gay, you're born gay, like that stuff, you're just kind of born with it. But do you think it's confusing? Like it could get sticky when you're such a little kid and you really don't know?
I don't think it could get sticky for the kid. I think it gets sticky for the people who are trying to explain it to the kid. You know what I mean? Because kids literally would get anything. My sister gets my pronouns 100%. Like she's one of the people in my life for sure. She will check you. My 9-year-old sister will check you if you don't use my pronouns. And it's so funny, and she doesn't do it in like a condescending way. Like she's not being mean. She's legit like, oh, you said she, it's they, you know, like all sweet. And nobody's gonna get mad at a kid, you know. But like when I told her, I think she was still like 8, maybe 7.5 when I told her. And she's like, oh, okay. And like she doesn't call me sister, she calls me older sibling, because that's older sibling. You don't that's not to a specific gender. So things like that had to change. But she's watching Big Mouth. Have you ever seen Big Mouth?
Big Mouth?
Big Mouth. No? Okay, it's on Netflix. You need to watch it. It's just fucking funny. Okay, she likes Family Guy and she likes The Simpsons. Well, Big Mouth is like kind of one of those shows, but it hits more of like puberty for kids, and it's about like 4 kids they're I think they're in 7th grade. It's a
Mm-hmm.
cartoon, and it's like all of them are going through puberty. Like the girls are going through, you know, like getting their period, and the guys are like,
so it's more real.
yes, definitely more real. So again, I don't do it because I'm just like encouraging her to have intercourse or anything. It's just like, you need to know your body.
Yeah.
Because the more you know about your body, the more you're able to be like, I don't want this, I do want this. Or, you know, and her style is very just unique too. She's very tomboyish as well, so we let her express herself in that same me and my mom do.
Yeah.
And yeah, so explaining to her, like, I haven't really explained to her like sex, but she definitely knows that like what she has and what other people have, or what they could have, meaning like what they can transition to. Yeah, so yeah, she's learning a lot. She's learning a lot. She knows about weed. She knows we don't say marijuana, we say weed. Marijuana is very government based, like yeah, it's not a pretty word, but people still use it. I'll just say weed, mota, ganja. You know, but yeah.
I mean, I've heard a lot of the past and the present. I kind of, I want to read this because I don't want them to be upset with me later.
Don't be upset. We're having great conversations. What happened?
Oh, I did. Okay. Makeup by B.
Oh, Brenda. What's that, Brenda? She did my freckles.
Hopefully you guys could see that.
Ay.
Where do you see yourself in a year as far as your art?
Ooh.
You've accomplished so much this past year with your art. Any secret projects that we should look forward to?
I do have. I'm working on a project, and I also want to release it for Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Before?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, maybe on Valentine's Day and like after, like the rest of the month of February.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier, like, I went through a really bad relationship, and it taught me a lot about relationships and how love should not look like, and how relationships shouldn't be. And then again, learning what I learned about abusive relationships, domestic violence, all that stuff. There's like a fact in watching, y'all need to see, have you seen it? Surviving R. Kelly.
I have not seen it
you
yet.
need to see that shit.
I need to. I do need to.
Y'all need to see
I
it.
do need to see it.
Let me know. You need that info. You can see it free, but you have to have like DirecTV or something.
Okay,
One of those
I do have
providers.
DirecTV. Yeah.
Okay, you just put your email,
Okay.
and all of them are free. But it's really, really good, and it hit a lot of triggers for me, of course. But it made me understand my healing process more. It takes it tells you in the documentary, but it takes people up to 7 times to leave their abuser in an abusive relationship. 7 times, right? And for me, it was definitely,
they have to leave 7 times.
Yeah, like on and off 7 times. And after that, it's like by the 7th time, that person realizes, okay, this is not normal. Like, this is not okay. This is not healthy. Because it's not.
Yeah.
It definitely took me up to 7 times to realize that mine was not a great relationship to be in. So for Valentine's Day, again, it's about love, right? A lot of people like to make it about their partner. So I want to like do little like tips on like how to like pick up on being in a bad relationship.
Got it.
You know, so again, this is all my perspective of like what I went through. I'm gonna ask some of my friends too to kind of like give me some tips.
Is it gonna be drawn, written, video? I still don't know.
I was sketching some stuff, and I think it's gonna be about like just writing.
Okay.
Yeah, some writing stuff. Not like poetry, but just like blatantly, just
this is what to look for.
So I'm excited for that because it's not more for like people, it's more for myself. Like it's something that
like a healing kind of thing. Okay.
So that's one of the things I want to do.
I think that's great. I think that's the way to get people to connect with you by talking about things that you either wish you knew, or things that you know now that you're just like, just gonna put it out. Exactly. Someone might need it. Yeah,
and trust me, I've came across so many people in abusive relationships, and I've been there for some people through abusive relationships. And again, there's people in my life who were there for me when I was going through it, because sadly at the time I didn't really have anybody like at all, due to that that relationship, I wasn't close to my family. Like,
I
was
see.
like taken away, you know, like
Yeah.
my family was not okay with what was going on, but I'm over here like all in love, you know, like nah, you know, it's gonna work, we're gonna make it work, and knowing like deep down like
It really wasn't.
it was like done, you know, but I was like really trying to hold on. So when I left them, it was like who the fuck is there, who am I, you know, because for so many times for 4 years it was like us.
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
I was so comfortable with this person, and it's like now it's like, Jessica, who are you? You made your
Exactly.
whole
You
world
lose
around
yourself.
it. Yeah. So I went to San Francisco for like a week. I went, one of my best friends bought me a bus ticket, and she's like, come up here. Good thing it was during the summer, so I had that time to go. And it was very healing. And coming back, I did have some like people stay with me just to like check up on me, and because it got intense. Because it wasn't like fully like it was over, but it was like the abuse was still like there.
Got it.
You know, mentally mentally it's still like, again, certain things like if a car walks up to me like slowly, like I get all fucking sketched out. You know, that's not cool.
It's a form of PTSD.
Yeah. People call me unknown on my phone, and I'm like, I'm not gonna answer this shit. You know, so it's like little things that people don't think if they didn't go through an abusive relationship, you know. But I learned a lot, sadly, because in the moment I didn't realize that it was such a bad relationship. My way of like being was also very defensive towards them as well. You know what I mean? Like self-defense type stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like, again, just overall not a good relationship. So I thought leaving was like the hardest thing, but it's not. The hardest thing is like dealing with the guilt, dealing with the what if, or damn, I should have done this better, or damn, like I fucked up here, or damn, is it my fault? You know what I mean? Exactly. It's like all of that stuff, like shit's hard, like mentally. So I was drained. And then I think that's when I really did decide to do my art show. Got fully invested in it, had all summer to work on it, and I was working at the same time. But honestly, it was the best thing I could have ever done. Like, I can really say, like, I'm proud of myself for that shit. Because it was a lot.
I think a lot of people around you, because it's so hard. It's so hard. I've personally never been in a relationship like that, but I've been with people that have.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, damn. Yeah. You know?
And you know, you could easily tell somebody, leave. Why don't you just leave? But again, like I told you 7 times, it's not that easy. Like, it really isn't. Like, you see this fucking documentary, like Surviving R. Kelly? Yeah, that's just hard. Like, it's like like it's such a manipulation from the other person, and such a like, fuck, like I'm nobody without this person. Yeah. You know, like this person would mock me, this person would tell me you're nothing without me, like your family is not here, you got no friends, like fuck your friends, like all this shit, and you're just there like, what the fuck? Like, you start consuming it, you start feeling like, fuck,
or like
it's real, like she's right, like nobody cares, like nobody's gonna save me. And nobody did. I had to save myself. Shit, you know, I had to get out of that. But the aftermath was so beautiful. Like the people who came in, people who stepped up, you know, it was great. It was tough, but it was beautiful. And I think that's why, like, I feel right now, it's, again, an artist is the worst fucking critic. Like, I'm my own worst critic. Oh, yeah. I kid you not, because as much as I've done art already this past like almost year, I still haven't touched like that deep part of me yet. You know, like, again, like with all of these things that I've been through, because that's just one little part of my life. That relationship, you know. I started dating when I was super young, so I got a lot of stories to tell. You know, and people were always laughing. Like, people say if I had a movie, that I would need, like, my movie would be a drama movie, because I had a lot of shit happen. So
I mean, it's so unfortunate, but then it's also okay. It's also because you're an artist. It's so much fuel. It's so much that you have that you could, you know, show the world. Any way you want to show it. Exactly. As many different ways as you want to show it. You know, you could tell story through your artwork. You have a lot of tools now. To be able to say, you know what, this is what I think of this.
Exactly. Like I feel like I have better conversations with people. I can connect with more people. Yeah, like with that I was able to really, it's funny because it really opened up doors for me to like really connect with a lot of people and other artists, where I ended up collabing with a lot of them, excuse me. They're like, hey, we should do this together, we should do that together, stuff like this, like,
Yeah.
and I love that because I was like, fuck yeah, like I could just tell you this little tiny part of my life, and like it could just spark this whole universe for both of us, and it's awesome. But yeah, I think my healing process has really blossomed. I'm obviously not completely healed, but it takes a lot of time, and I think that's where I need to work on that, being patient with myself, because I'd be like, I want this out. I don't feel like this no more. Like, like I don't want to think about this. I wish this wasn't triggering me anymore. But yeah, it's tough, but I'll get there.
Yeah,
I'll get there.
You have the mentality, so
Yeah, I'll get there.
let's look at someone else's question.
Okay. Oh, did you read it?
I don't think I can.
Shit.
Yeah, you could probably unplug it now.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah, put it there.
Because then people are going to say that I'm not ready. I didn't want to be ready. I wanted it to flow.
It's okay.
I'm a butthurt. Whoever that is. I'm going to follow you and then I'm going to unfollow you. Take that.
Damn. Honestly, how do you feel about that when people unfollow you? How do you feel?
Honestly, look, I have a bunch of pages, right? So I have my personal page. Then I have my, like, artsy photography page.
Yeah.
Then I have my like family and kids page, and I'll have this one. I get unfollowed so much. And I don't understand. I mean, I know why, because I'm not consistent, because I have so many things going on, and I understand. But I don't know, sometimes I do look at like my numbers or whatever. I'm like, damn, like,
right?
what did I do?
Yeah, right. Same.
This is what you signed up for. I'm sorry.
Same. And it's that I've had my Instagram, I think I don't know, when the fuck did Instagram come out? I don't know. I think from the start, to be honest. Like the same account and everything. I think after my show I made a second one, and it was more like a personal one, but I didn't really fuck with it. So I let that one go. So I'm still with one, and it's a lot, dude. Like, this is just, I look at the numbers too, and that shit gets to you again.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at it. Like, I don't want to care, but
you know how, although I say that, like, sometimes, like, damn, it really doesn't bother me, because I'm doing whatever I do because I like it. And there's one person that really I always have to go back. Have you listened to Gary Vee? And do you know who he is?
No.
Okay, so he's like, I call him like this, like a new era inspirational, like, entrepreneur kind of dude.
Okay.
That says it how it is.
Is he more like he pushes you to like go for it, or is he like inspirational?
His biggest thing is like the numbers, everything. Do what you do, like stop complaining, like get up, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like he's basically like, everything's so simple, just do it.
Yeah.
Like,
no, when I say
what are
that,
you worried about?
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, I look at the numbers at times and I'm all like, I snap out of it, and I'm like, Yessica, no, like, you're doing a lot. Like, and being on social media, you see how other artists are constantly putting out content, and then you're there like, fuck, I need to do it too, or like, I need to do this, I need to do that, and it's just like, again, I just need to be patient and just take my time with it. And I think when I do vending, like when I do show, like, it takes a lot for me to do that. Like, spend my own money, like, gotta pay for the spot, like, pay for my gas, my all my time. Saturday was fucking raining. Okay, we had to put a bunch of shit in the truck. Yeah. Like, we had to like really be vigilant about like how to take our shit to LA. And again, it was tough, but I had a really good feeling about it. I was like, I'm gonna do good, and I did fucking great. Me and my we both did great. We sold a lot of merch, met a lot of cool people, and stuff like that. I think those are moments where I'm like, okay, this is why. This is why I'm like, this feeling of like fulfillment, like because you don't see a lot of people like I feel like our age like really going out there.
Yeah.
And like really
That's why
going
we're
for like people
here.
settle like, bruh, don't ever fucking settle. Like, don't settle for shit. I think that's my fear, like that I'll like get comfortable and I'm like, okay, I'm good with this. It's like, but I have a feeling I won't. I feel like I
As
have
an
this
artist, you
drive.
won't.
No,
Yeah.
it's like once I finished my show and I was like, okay, what's the next thing I want to do? And it's like, I want to do a fashion show, and it's like, I want to do a mural. Like, there's so much shit I want to do that it's like, again, it'll all take time, but I have such high hopes for myself. And again, I step away and I look at all the shit I've done in the last year and I'm like, I did that shit. Like, I'm like, fuck, I did that.
You have to reflect on it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for people understanding that art, whatever media it is,
Yeah.
you know, painting, photography, it's more than you think.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about like pricing and stuff like that, you know, pricing is hard.
Yeah.
I think for artists, it's like, I want to work,
Yeah.
but I know how much work gets put into it. So then do I price it so I could work because I love doing what I do?
Yeah.
Or do I price it so I could, you know, live? And like you saying, like all this kind of stuff, the money you're spending, like, I don't know. I always say that people have something they spend their money on. Some people spend their money on shoes. Some people travel.
Yeah.
Artists spend it on their like things, you know?
It's so funny. Like, Christmas came and shit, and I was like, okay, my family knows now. Like, I'm an artist. Hint, hint. Give me some RC shit.
Yeah.
Nope. Nada. It's okay though, you know? Like, Christmas every year. For some reason now it's not as like, for me. Like, it keeps.
It's the age. We're getting old.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, sorry. I'm fucking broke. I'm not about to. And again, I made stuff. I make my gifts for people. So, you know, so I love that aspect too, that I'm an artist and I'm able to do that.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you never know. What if I do end up blowing up like in the future, and like this little fucking portrait that I did of somebody is like gonna be worth a lot, or I'm dead and that shit gonna be worth millions.
Hey,
you don't even fucking know.
I see that. I have a little box that no one really knows about, but with like all like the stickers I bought at your show.
Oh, nice.
They're in a box.
Ooh.
You know, like my friend Angel Serrano that was here.
Yes.
I bought, when was it? He did his first show. I think it was like a year, 2 years ago.
Okay.
I bought his like book. So I was like,
shit, he made a book?
Yeah, he made a book with like all the pictures he had. So I have that. I don't know. I hope that one day.
Did he sign it?
He signed it. It's
Did
signed.
I sign my stuff?
I don't know. But right now he said
get
sign.
your shit signed. Get your shit fucking signed.
Yeah,
by the artist. You need
never
that
know.
shit.
Like, I have this little thing right there that you're gonna be on. So, you know, it's not so much so I could sell it one day, because it really isn't.
Yeah.
It's the fact that this is where you were at this point.
I love that.
And then one day you'll be over there and I'll be like, yes. Like, I was able to talk to them first.
Yes.
So, you know.
I know. It's the growth, seeing in the moment, like, we don't realize how we don't see ourselves yet in like a year.
Oh, yeah.
We can plan it and organize where the fuck we're going to be in a year, but we don't really know.
You know what the weirdest thing? I got a message today. And for me, the weirdest thing is when people like message you telling you something like nice. And you're like, wow, like people are out there like actually like thinking about me. Like, this is very, very strange to me. So
oh my god, yeah.
I think that's why I want to like have people hear like, yes, like you're working, people see it, come talk about it, be confident in your work, be confident in what you're producing, be confident in who you are, and people are just gonna like it for that. So
oh hell yeah. No, I get those messages too, and I be tearing up. People, y'all be telling me some nice ass shit, and it's like, I need it at times, you know? 'Cause,
you do.
You know, there's days where I'm pretty sure you see my Instagram, like, you know, I have like really sad days, and I'm like, I really like to tell people, like, bro, like, I'm feeling sad. Because I'm a huge advocate of like, talk about your feelings. You know, like, let's talk about it. I'm very empathetic, so most of the time I will understand. And if I don't, I'll just tell you, hey, I don't have an answer for you, but I'm here. I'm gonna be here in this space with you. But yeah, I be getting some really nice messages, and I'm just like, holy fuck, like, I don't be doing it for anybody, you know? I be doing it for me, but people are like, oh my god, you inspired me, like my whole portrait stuff. Like, I have another friend of mine who also wants to start pushing her art there, and now she's doing portraits too. She's like, hey, like, how did you do it? People are like, hey, how did you do your solo art show? Like, how did you collab with the tattoo artist? You know, all these things. And it's like, how'd you get in the podcast? Like, all these stuff. And I'm just like, dude, like, I think you just really got to talk.
Yeah.
I think people
and
just
you gotta be real.
Yeah.
Like you have to be real.
Yeah.
To kind of either people like that. Like honestly, the reason I messaged you is because we met and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like we're vibing.
Dude, yeah, we didn't even know each other, and you was just like, hey, boom.
Yeah.
There's a show, and I'm like, down.
Down. And now we're here.
Yep. That's beautiful.
I want everyone to know everything, but I think it's time for them to ask you personally.
Okay.
So go ahead and plug your unless you have another question that should really be answered, so we don't get unfollowed.
I don't know. Hold on. I think.
Or
Let me look at the other one.
I don't think I have anything.
It's funny. People are asking me funny shit.
Hey, put him on the spot.
Oh my god. That's funny. It's just like, do you like cheese or avocado more?
Well,
Mr. Funny XXXP. I don't really like cheese on my burger. Do you like cheese on your burger?
I used to, but now my body's like, yo, you
same.
can't eat cheese no more.
It's fucking same.
So,
that's why I'm like, an avocado, it just depends. Because I know some people be eating avocado by itself. Are you one of those people? Do you eat avocado by itself?
I don't like avocado.
You don't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to food, like traditional food, I'm like the worst Mexican there is out there.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I don't like onions.
I don't like onions. I really, really don't like vegetables. I'm really big into textures.
Oh, okay.
Like cucumber, like I don't like them cut like this, like in little balls. What I do, I'll get like a potato peeler and like peel the whole cucumber right into like thin little strips.
Yeah.
And then put in a little bolsita with sal y limon, and then So
that's fucking funny.
Texture,
that's good.
texture.
That's a good ass idea though. Oh hell no! Like I don't like mushrooms, but I like shrooms.
Hey,
I don't like
it's the same family.
Yeah, the same little branch. And someone's like, "How do you feel about the rain?" I don't know. How do you feel about the rain?
I like the rain.
It's just I don't like the gloominess. I like the sun. I like to.
I don't like being hot.
No, I like to sit outside.
I'm a winter person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like to like be sweating and
I like the sun. I like to sit outside. Like I'll sit outside like at season. I'll sit outside and I'll eat, or I'll just like FaceTime somebody. Like I'm the randomest fucking person like sitting on the grass.
Yeah.
Everyone's staring at me like, who the fuck are they?
Like, hey, it's me.
I'm just like, I'll just be like smoking. Don't mind me, bitch. I says, what drives your work? I don't know.
I think we already, just.
I'm excited for the new year. I am. I really am.
Yeah.
I feel like 2018 was a bomb ass year for me. Like I went through a lot of shit too, but like again reflecting back on it, I was like, fuck, that's wild. Like I did all of that.
You gotta step back and be like, oh, okay, I did that. Now look what I could do.
Yep. I was like, I can definitely push myself to more stuff. So yes, I'm definitely very fucking excited for this year. It says, do you have any suggestions to someone who wants to try digital artwork like Procreate? So like Procreate.
You know what? I don't, but I'm taking a class right now, and we're using Animate, which is Adobe CC. Yeah. And it's like to do like little cartoons and stuff. Oh, I'm falling in love with it.
Yes,
I'm falling in love with it.
There's a huge demand in that. I won't even lie. I can tell you that.
I'm a little scared, but it's kind of like Photoshop. So I already know Photoshop, Illustrator, and Final Cut. So maybe this one I could, kind of like throw some stuff. But I don't know, to animate, like, it's scary.
Illustrator, I fuck with Illustrator more. I wasn't really with Photoshop because graphic design. I had to use both of them a lot. But yeah, Illustrator was it was good. I think I used Illustrator more for my digital stuff in the beginning, and then I got my hand on a fucking iPad and Procreate, which is cool because you just buy the iPad, but not cool because it's a lot of money. Yeah. But Procreate itself, the app, it's only $10. So that's it, flat out rate, $10. Excuse me, I'm over here promoting Procreate.
You'll get sponsored.
Oh my, hopefully. And then you buy the Apple Pencil, and again, that's another like $100 for the pencil. Yeah. So I definitely had to save up my money, and I got scholarships for school. Deadass, I'm like getting paid to go to school, which is the best way to do it. Oh yeah. Like I'm not about to be on no loans on loans on loans.
Oh yeah,
No,
I know. I'm
it's a lot.
super grateful too. I'm graduating in May.
Nice.
No debt, no
Hell
nothing.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, I got a small little loan, small, little
Just a
tiny, but it's
little.
like nothing compared to like.
What people get.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. No. I just had to get a small one to pay the rest of my housing my freshman year, but then I became an RA, and so they gave me free housing. So, but I left that job because it was such a mental strain as well, and it took a lot of my time. Like I wouldn't really be able to focus on my art.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy I did leave, because then, you know, I'm able to do all this.
You have to do it. I did the same thing last year. I was like, you know what? If I want to do this, so I've been full time on this.
Hell yeah.
You know, with the photography and like video work and all that, full time for a year now.
Fuck yeah.
And you know, it goes up and down.
Yeah.
But mentally, I feel so free.
Yes.
I'm
that's
just like,
the feeling.
You want to go do this right now?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. I don't gotta call anyone and ask to get my shift covered. So
no.
Cool.
Right, there's a fucking beauty in that. I know. Like, I'm learning how to tattoo at the. I don't know if you ever heard Roses and Rivets. She was also there. The shop owner was there at my show, because that's who I did the collab with.
Oh yeah,
on the
like on the corner in the back by your aunt's stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, her. So she owns a shop in Santa Paula. She's fucking amazing. Like, she's the baddest. Oh my God, she's a badass, full on badass. Like, I admire her. But it's only her who tattoos. So right now, she has me and another apprentice at the moment. The other apprentice is barely learning how to like really tattoo people. So I'm barely like getting started in, like, you know, just like helping with the shop, like paperwork, you know, cleaning it up and stuff. But I love being there, because I'm in another creative environment, and I get to really make my own schedule, like, you know. And after a while, it obviously takes years to like really get the hang of tattooing. I'll be making really good money. Yeah. But that's not what it's about. That's what I
was gonna say. It's not about the money. But it's definitely nice to know that all the work, because see, I go back to it. People think like, oh, that tattoo, it took you 25 minutes. No, it didn't. It took me 5 years to be able to do it in 25 minutes. Like, there's a story by I don't know who says it, and I don't know if it's true, but if it is, it's super cool. It's, I guess, Picasso's like walking down the street. This lady comes up to him. It's like, hey, you know, can you paint me real quick? And he's like, what? She's like, yeah, can you paint me? And he goes, okay. 20 minutes later or 15 minutes later, he's like, okay, that'll be like, I don't know, $100,000. And she was like, what? No, like, you just did it in 20 minutes. He's like, no, 30 years of work got me to be able to do it in 30 minutes.
Got you.
Or 15 or whatever. So it's true. It's for all the media.
It's so true. I think that's why it's like, I think that's why abstract art is looked a little bit different, because people are like, oh, it just took him fucking 5 minutes just to like do that splatter. But again, like, you don't know the concept behind it. There's a full on concept. There's a historical moment like within that whole process, and people are always just like flat out, I'll just look at the art, and they'll just look at what they look, and they're like, I'm gonna pay you for whatever this is. But it's like, no, you don't know their background too, or how long it took them to even just do that one strip of clean line on this thing, you know. But I feel like artists definitely don't get the recognition that they do. I definitely feel like people should invest more in artists, like buy more of their art.
Don't haggle the price.
What happened?
Don't haggle the price.
Oh yeah, don't. What the fuck? Like, if we cool, and if I want to give you like a little discount, cool. But that's on my end. Exactly. Don't be trying to tell me like, yo, can I get a discount? No, bitch. Like, you're gonna get what I say. And like, I know my prices right now are like very, very cheap. Fairly like. Oh yeah. I definitely started the illustrations for like, I think like $10 or $15 when I first started. Now they're up to 30. You know what I mean? Like, I had a double. And it's working out. People are paying, but again, that's the other fear of artists. Like, I don't want to like oversell or overprice my shit, you know, where people can't buy it. But it's like, that's another thing in the whole business. And art school doesn't teach you that. Like, school doesn't teach you how to manage like your own little business, or they give you techniques on how to become a good artist, how to paint something, but they don't teach you like the fundamentals of like marketing and how to brand yourself and like how to network. I learned all that for myself from the shit that I've done. Like, I was a, you know, dance instructor for when I was 17. I was a dance instructor at 17. You know, like, I was working at the swap meet at 15. You know, I was working in retail at a really young age, and then so I was able to learn how to like communicate and how to talk to people. That is just like, it landed me now.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, fuck, bruh. But it's dope. Like, it's dope, you know? You don't realize how these little things from your past really, like, help you.
So
and
more
shape
of
you.
the story is support your friends.
Yes.
You know, I just saw this thing. Sorry. I
Oh,
want to
you're
wrap
good.
this up, but I saw this post that said that people are like, oh, I support your art. I support
Yeah.
this. But then maybe they'll like a picture. Maybe
Mhm.
they'll do something like this. But they won't come out to the shows.
Yeah.
You know, they won't like tell their friends.
Mhm.
And it's like, I get it, you know, like, but
Yeah.
if you're a friend and you really enjoy that stuff, like, tell your other friends.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
buy, you know, if you don't want to pay the $30 or $50,
Yeah.
buy the $5 sticker. Buy
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
that's how you really support. You don't support by saying, oh, do one free and then I'll post it so people could see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. I do free content for certain people just because I want to. Like, it's
Exactly.
not like, oh my God, like, they're, you know, I want them to pay me at the end. It's like, no, like, if I'm going to make something for you, like, I'm not going to ask you, like, give me $20 because I
Yeah.
painted you. It's like, no, like, I painted you because I want to fucking paint you.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And, like, when I was, like, for the Valentine's Day special, for the nude one, I just asked my, like, closest friends, like, I was like, hey, if you're comfortable with this, if you got a little cute nude, send it my
Yeah.
way, you know. And I'm like, do this. So they all of them, they all got free, like,
Yeah,
illustrations,
yeah,
you know, in exchange for, like, their nude picture.
Yeah.
But I mean, it helped me promote myself.
Exactly.
Where it's like, I didn't just have this flyer, I had multiple examples. And I think that's the other thing, like, as an artist, like, you be organized. Like, it's okay to be organized. You don't have to, like, do everything, like, you know, at the moment. Like, you can plan, and I think you should plan, like, okay, I'm gonna take this time. But that's also hard,
Yeah.
especially if you're, like, a full-time artist. It's like, how to prioritize, like, okay, this is
Which
this
art
time.
am I gonna do?
Yeah, so that's the hard part too.
Which art?
Yeah. Wild.
It's crazy because it's the same thing that's like, that's what my life is. I was looking
Yeah.
at my calendar and I was like, damn, like, I've had a short film that I've been sitting on for maybe like 6 or 7 months now. And I'm like, oh, I need to do it. But I'm like, no. I need to do this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, but I should do this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The
Yeah.
process. The process.
And I'm all about, like, everything does take time, and, like, but then there's moments where you're just, like, not motivated at the time to, like, really,
Like, follow through with whatever.
And it's okay, but it does haunt me. Like, certain canvases, like, aren't, like, not finished, and I'm like, fuck, I really need to finish you.
They're just looking at you like, hey.
Yeah, and I'm, like, turning them back. I'm all like, okay, don't look at me.
yeah.
And then, like, even just looking at a blank canvas is very nerve-wracking too, because then you're just like, what the fuck
I gotta
am I
put
gonna
something
draw?
on. I gotta put something on.
And it's like, what if what you put on just ruins the whole fucking thing?
Exactly.
And it's like, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, that's the risk of, I gotta
Being
take.
an artist.
Yep.
Well,
Shits.
Yessica,
Oh my goodness.
it was such a pleasure.
I know, dude. This is fun. Thank you. I had so much fun.
It was fun. So for everyone, remember YouTube 101 North to see some beautiful faces. Whole face, not mine, you know. You guys got stuck with mine, I'm sorry. And yeah, plug yourself one more time and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, my Instagram is arte by y.santana. Y. Yessica. The Y is for Yessica, aka me, Santana. That's my last name.
You guys will find all that on somewhere in the Instagrams and the YouTubes and the that.
Oh my god, not more people were asking me questions, but fuck it. They was late.
They were late. All right, we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.